Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in here. Busy slate today, starting with the San Diego Padres versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -150. Padres +130 with the over-under at 8.5. Padres coming into this matchup 24-27. The Yankees 30-23. Pitching for the Padres is Michael Wacha with an ERA of 3.58. Pitching for the Yankees is Luis Severino with an ERA of 1.93. Wacha, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. He's been very good on the mound. Severino, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Padres, coming off a 5-1 win against the Yankees yesterday. Yankees on a little 3-game losing streak right now. Figured they'd play well as an underdog yesterday, but yeah, I like the Padres here. Yeah, it looked good yesterday. I like Wacha on the mound, and I'm gonna roll with the Padres +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Detroit Tigers. Detroit opening up as home favorites at -115. Chicago -105 with the over-under at 9. Chicago coming into this matchup 22-31. The Tigers 23-26. Pitching for the White Sox is Jesse Scholtens with an ERA of 2.25. Pitching for the Tigers is Michael Lorenzen with an ERA of 4.08. Lorenzen, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Looks like Scholtens is making his first start on the mound here for the White Sox. White Sox, big win yesterday against Detroit, winning 12-3. And yeah, tough loss from Detroit yesterday. The White Sox, they're 8-2 on the road against Detroit. So they've been very good on the road here and been good against Detroit. I think they're a decent underdog here, and I'll take a shot with the White Sox +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at -110. Toronto +100 with the over-under at 8. Toronto coming into this matchup 27-25. The Twins 26-25. Pitching for Toronto is Chris Bassett with an ERA of 3.03. Pitching for the Twins is Pablo Lopez with an ERA of 3.90. Bassett, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Lopez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Toronto beating Minnesota yesterday 3-1, a nice win for Toronto. They are 5-2 on the road against Minnesota, where they have been good. Bassett's been good on the mound. He's only given up 2 runs in his last 3 starts here. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Toronto +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at -120. Texas +100 with the over-under at 9. Rangers coming into this matchup 32-18. The Orioles 33-18. Pitching for the Rangers is Andrew Heaney with an ERA of 4.12. Pitching for Baltimore is Dean Kramer with an ERA of 4.61. Heaney, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Kramer, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. The Rangers, big win against Baltimore yesterday, winning 12-2. They're on a 3-game winning streak right now. They're playing well, 5-1 on the road. Heaney, pretty even matchup. Both pitchers playing well, and yeah, I'm gonna take a shot with the Rangers +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Houston Astros versus the Oakland Athletics. Astros opening up as road favorites at -320. Oakland +250 with the over-under at 8.5. Astros coming into this matchup 29-21. Oakland 10-43. Pitching for the Astros is Framber Valdez with an ERA of 2.45. Pitching for the A's is Hogan Harris. It says his ERA is 1.62. I mean, I feel like that's got to be incorrect because that seems just impossible. But Valdez, his last start, he pitched 9 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. And yeah, I feel like Hogan Harris is making his start for Oakland. Houston beating Oakland yesterday 5-2. Nice win for Houston. Oakland, they're on a 9-game losing streak. There's just really no confidence in Oakland at all this season. And we're rolling with the Astros on the road. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at -115. The Dodgers +105 with the over-under at 8. Dodgers coming into this matchup 31-21. The Rays 38-15. Pitching for the Dodgers is Clayton Kershaw with an ERA of 2.98. Pitching for the Rays is Tyler Glasnow with an ERA of 0. Looks like Glasnow is making his start for the Rays. He was very good last season. Played very well. Kershaw, his last start, he pitched 3 innings. Gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. And yeah, big win for Tampa Bay yesterday, winning 9-3 against the Dodgers. They're on a 3-game winning streak. And yeah, they're playing very good baseball here. And I still like the Rays at home. They play great at home here. And had a nice win yesterday. I'm going to take Tampa Bay at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -135. Philly +115 with the over-under at 9. The Phillies coming into this matchup 24-27. The Braves 31-20. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 4.11. Pitching for the Braves is Charlie Morton with an ERA of 3.61. Wheeler, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Morton, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Phillies beating Atlanta 6-4 yesterday, a nice win for the Phillies. They are 4-2 straight up against Atlanta, so they've been good head-to-head against Atlanta here, and I'd say a pretty even pitching matchup. And yeah, I think I'm going to take a shot with the Phillies +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at -220. The Pirates +180 with the over-under at 7.5. Pirates coming into this matchup 26-24. The Mariners 26-25. Pitching for the Pirates is Roansy Contreras with an ERA at 4.50. Pitching for Seattle is Luis Castillo with an ERA of 2.97. Contreras, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Castillo, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Pitt beating Seattle yesterday 11-6. A nice win for Pittsburgh here. Pretty even pitching matchup. I still like the Mariners at home to bounce back. Still, it's been good on the mound here, and I think I'm going to roll with the Mariners at home. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at -115. The Giants -105 with the over-under at 7.5. Giants coming into this matchup 26-25. The Brewers 27-24. Pitching for the Giants is Logan Webb with an ERA of 3.32. Pitching for the Brewers is Corbin Burns with an ERA of 3.97. Webb, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Burns, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Burns coming off a couple rough games here. And the Giants on a 2-game winning streak, back-to-back wins against the Brewers, winning 15-1 yesterday. I mean, they've destroyed the Brewers these last 2 games here. And they're getting underdog value again I'm going to take the Giants plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the Kansas City Royals. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at minus 110 with the over-under at 9. Washington coming into this matchup 22-29. The Royals 15-37. Pitching for Washington is Josiah Gray with an ERA of 2.65. Pitching for the Royals is Brady Singer with an ERA of 7.48. Gray, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 2 strikeouts. Singer, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Then Washington coming off a big win yesterday, winning 12-10, a high-scoring game. Royals on a 2-game losing streak. Washington is 4-1 against Kansas City, and Gray coming off 2 good starts on the mound, only giving up 1 run. And in a pick'em scenario, I think I'm going to roll with the Nationals on the road. Next matchup, we got the Boston Red Sox versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Boston opening up as road favorites at minus 130. Arizona plus 110 with the over-under at 9.5. Boston coming into this matchup 27-24. Arizona 29-22. Pitching for the Red Sox is Garrett Whitlock with an ERA of 6.19. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Davies with an ERA of 5.79. Whitlock, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 1 strikeout. Davies, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Boston beating Arizona 7-2 yesterday, snapping their 4-game losing streak. Arizona on a 2-game losing streak right now. Boston, they've been very good against Arizona here. Not in love with the pitchers. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs. And I still think Arizona's got good underdog value at home here. And I'll take a shot with Arizona plus 1.5. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Chicago Cubs. Cubs opening up as home favorites at minus 175. Cincinnati plus 150 with the over-under at 9. Reds coming into this matchup 22-29. The Cubs 22-28. Pitching for the Reds is Brandon Williamson with an ERA of 3.60. Pitching for the Cubs is Jamison Tylon with an ERA of 7.76. Williamson, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Tylon, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 1 strikeout. The Reds, a shutout win yesterday against the Cubs, 9-0. A big win for the Reds here. Williamson's been decent on the mound here. Tylon given up a lot of runs for the Cubs. He's given up 14 runs in his last 3 starts here, and I think I'm going to take a shot with the Reds plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at minus 115. The Cardinals minus 105 with the over-under at 8.5. Cardinals coming into this matchup 23-30. The Guardians 22-28. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jack Flaherty with an ERA of 5.29. Pitching for the Guardians is Tanner Beebe with an ERA of 3.18. Flaherty, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Beebe, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. St. Louis, losing to Cleveland yesterday 3-4 in a close one. They have struggled against Cleveland here. I'd say it's a pretty even pitching matchup, and I still think I'll take a shot with the Cardinals plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Colorado Rockies. Mets opening up as road favorites at minus 200. Colorado plus 170 with the over-under at 11. Mets coming into this matchup 27-25. The Rockies 22-30. Pitching for the Mets is Justin Verlander with an ERA of 3.60. Pitching for the Rockies is Chase Anderson with an ERA of 1.15. Verlander, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Anderson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 1 strikeout. The Mets coming off a nice win against the Rockies yesterday, 5-2. They're playing pretty decent, 7-3 in their last 10 right now. They are 10-4 against the Rockies, and Verlander's been very good on the mound. And I think I'm gonna roll with the Mets on the road. Then the last matchup, we got the Miami Marlins versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at -200. Miami plus 170 with the over/under at 7.5. Marlins coming into this matchup 26-26. The Angels 28-24. Pitching for the Marlins is Edward Cabrera with an ERA of 5.05. Pitching for the Angels is Shohei Ohtani with an ERA of 3.05. Cabrera, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Ohtani, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 9 strikeouts. Miami beating the LA yesterday 6-2, big underdog win for them. Ohtani coming off a 1-run game, but he's had some rough starts on the mound here. I'd say it's a pretty even pitching matchup here. Not really sold on paying that high of a price for the Angels, and I'll take a shot with Miami plus 1.5 on the road. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.